So, Toto Wolff, the boss of Mercedes AMG Formula 1 team, is very much managing expectations in 2025. Of course, his protege, the replacement for Sir Lewis Hamilton, Kimi Antonelli, is joining the team, and the incumbent George Russell is going to remain there with the team as well. Now, it was not a particularly great season for Mercedes last season. They did manage to get 4 victories in total, but 4th place overall in the Constructors' Championship is their worst performance in a very, very long time. I think since 2012. And this season coming in 2025, it'll also be the first time that they've not had a World Championship winning driver in their team since they rejoined the sport in 2010. At first it was Michael Schumacher in 2010, and when he left after 2012, a certain Sir Lewis Hamilton came into the team to replace him. So this is the first time they've not had a world champion in their driver lineup for quite some time. And basically Toto's come out in the media and said, yeah, I'm not really expecting much success with the team until the big regulation change next year in 2026. But let's have a look at the full quote here, guys. Let's have a look what Mr. Wolff has been saying in the media. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com as always. Toto Wolff has played down expectations about Mercedes' 2025 Formula 1 season. After achieving near unprecedented title success with Lewis Hamilton until 2021, the team and the 7-time world champion slumped into their new ground effect era. Hamilton 40 has fled to Ferrari. That's one way of putting it. I don't deny the problems we have been having this last few years, team boss and co-owner Wolff told our Republican newspaper. But looking closely at the data, you can see that we weren't the only ones in 2024 to have fluctuating performances. Look at Red Bull. As for how Hamilton will fare in red, Wolff answered, when he has a competitive car, Lewis is always the best. We weren't able to guarantee it to him. We're talking about a driver who can give a lot to Formula 1 and the team that hosts him. I have no doubts about that. Wolff has replaced Hamilton with teenage protege Kimi Antonelli, as the Austrian explained that he was determined not to repeat the mistake he made by letting the then teenaged Max Verstappen get snapped up by Red Bull. The team boss says that he will keep the young Italian under my umbrella to keep the pressure off as he adapts into 2025. Both Kimi and the team are aware that they should not expect anything before 2026, Wolff said. On that side of the box, Valtteri Bottas has returned to take a look at Kimi and keep an eye on him. If something happens before 2026, it will be a gift, he added. I would like to see an Italian driver win again. It's been a long time since that happened and would be a great story to write. I wonder when the last Italian driver was who won a Grand Prix. I'm thinking Jarno Trulli, Monaco 2004. I think that was after Fizzy managed it for Jordan in 2003 with the Brazilian Grand Prix. So I think that might be the answer. Might be missing someone obvious out there, but yeah, it's been a long time since Italy had a good Formula 1 driver in the sport. I mean, we had Giovinazzi for a little bit, but he was he was okay. He wasn't the greatest, to be honest. And of course, who was the last Italian driver to win the World Championship? Alberto Ascari in 1953, I think it was. So it's been a very long time since we've had a top Italian driver. The last guy to challenge for the championship and be Italian, I think, was Michele Alboreto in the mid-80s, and he was miles behind Prost in 84, so, and 85 for that matter. So yeah, it's been a long time either way. So yeah, I'm excited to see Kimi Antonelli. I think it's a good year for him to come in because he's going to have a year of not that much pressure on him. Just go out there, explore, learn, be a sponge, learn off of Bottas, learn off of Russell, get used to the circuits, driving them in Formula 1 race conditions. I think it's a very good year for him to come in because then in 2026 he's got a year of experience under his belt, and I wouldn't rule out him doing something similar to what Oscar Piastri did at McLaren, being very good on occasion in his first year, and then in his second year being quite a relatively consistent performer and maybe even getting some wins under his belt like the Australian did as well. But there we go, guys, those are my opinions on it. I've already explained the whole Toto and Max Verstappen story in another video. If you want to go check that out, I would appreciate it as always. But yeah, for much more F1 news and opinion pieces, keep it tuned here to the F1Chronicle.com. See you soon, guys. Have a good one.